Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Tuesday. I still am sporting this tan and we're going with it. So I talked about in my last video, excuse me, how Mick gave me new macros and he said I could get back on them right then, or I could wait till Thursday to get back on track. And after yesterday, I was kind of like thinking like, oh, I'll just kind of like YOLO it until Thursday, but like my body really does respond to healthy foods and whole foods and like macros. It's just better peace of mind for me because of like struggling with food, that kind of stuff. But so I'm getting back to macros today. It's Tuesday, so I'm trying to hit my macros basically. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Wearing this new Gymshark shirt. Connor got it for me for my birthday. I'm also wearing the black joggers. It's amazing. I love them so much. But I just wanted to pick up my camera to talk real quick about food. So I was watching a YouTube video this morning and it was Chanel, and I really like her and I fangirled about her in the last video. But she said a quote and I typed it out verbatim because I loved it. And she said, she did it like a mini Q&A. I'll link the video below. I think she answered like 3 questions, but really in depth. And one of the questions was about like, when you have a cheat meal, do you like get back on track? Do you moderate your macros? All of that. So she answered it really well, and she just said like, just jump right back in. Don't restrict yourself. Like afterwards, all of that, after my show, I ate a ton, but the next day I wasn't like, oh my gosh, now I have to do 1,000,000 hours of cardio. Like, no. Don't create an environment of punishment. It doesn't come around to like food isn't punishment, and enjoying your food, you shouldn't feel like you need to punish yourself with more cardio or less calories. And this is where her quote comes in. She said, you can't have a ton of variables moving in all different directions and expect to have your desired outcome. And this like 100, like this spoke to me on a spiritual level. No, but really, like, so many people will go out and drink or go out and have a meal and be like, oh my gosh, I can't eat anything the next day and I have to be super good. Get back on your macros, get back on whatever you're trying to hit and hit it. If you keep like giving yourself a lot of food and then no food and then a lot of food and then no food, that is not good. Your body cannot regulate that. It cannot, when you're throwing all those variables at it, drinking, not drinking, eating a lot, not eating a lot, not tracking, that is really harsh on your body to like be doing that all the time. So you can't throw all these variables at your body and expect to know how your body's reacting to it. I enjoyed those donuts so much, but I'm getting back on track. And no, I don't feel guilty for eating those donuts at all. I don't feel guilty for any of the food I ate, because you should not associate food with guilt. Food is fuel, and I love to say that, but food is also meant to be enjoyed. Like, if food was just fuel, then like you'd only be eating to fuel your body, but you eat to enjoy your life. For social events is a big thing. Like I, during prep, had to skip out on a lot of social events because I couldn't eat those foods. And like for me, food is a very social thing. I like to eat when I'm with people. I like to enjoy food with people. And so you should not associate food with guilt. Food guilt is ridiculous, and I know people struggle with it, but like, do not create an environment of punishment. Do not eat food and punish yourself for eating that food, and so on and so forth, and all of that. Going off of that, another thing I wanted to talk about was macros and MyFitnessPal. So when you get macros, it's someone was talking to me and they said like, I just can't track every single thing I eat. That just seems like really annoying. Yes, it can be annoying, and I have talked about how weighing out all your food and all of that can be very obnoxious. But once you get your macros and you get in the groove, it's so easy to hit them and know what meals. So in her video, Chanel also talked about how like if a coach changes your macros all the time, like that's like probably not good because you can't really see what your body's changing, but also it gets like very confusing. And so like if your macros keep changing, it's hard for you to like get your meals like in order and think about what meals can be exchanged and all that. So like once you get good at your macros, like 90% of my meals are the exact same, and then the other 10% is like cravings. Like I have like I have like 6 meals that I really like, and I'll like change them around, and if there's a different meal, then I exchange out one of the meals and do that. It's really hard to like get your macros and try to like eat and then fit things in your macros and all that. Like it's good to plan. Like I don't always plan my whole entire day, but I put in the meals I know I'm gonna eat, and then around that kind of play throughout the day to plug that in. So get a set of macros. Well, first, when it comes to food and you're not doing macros yet, track your food. If you're trying to figure out how to lose weight or any of that, track your food for 1 month and be truthful about the food you're tracking. And you don't have to weigh everything. Weighing is very precise, and yes, I like to weigh for my own personal preference, but like the other day when I had to drive Connor back to the airport, I was starving and I didn't have any groceries. I went grocery shopping yesterday, but it wasn't until I got back. And so we went to McDonald's and I just got a grilled chicken breast and ate it. Yeah, it could have had more oil, or yeah, I didn't weigh it, but I've gotten good at guesstimating serving sizes and sizes because I've been tracking for so long. Not so long, but for a decent amount of time, that I was able to plug that into MyFitnessPal. And like because I'm not in season and prep, I can kind of let those little things go. So just tracking and being truthful about what you're eating. Don't be like, oh, that was probably only like half a burger, when you know you ate like 3/4 of it. Like be truthful and track it to see where your body got. So track your food for at least a month before you even try to manipulate your macros or try to get new macros, because you want to see what you're putting into your body. I think that tracking macros is the easiest way and like the best way to get to a goal. You don't need to track macros to be successful, but for people who have problems with or struggle with food choices and all that, macros allow you to see what foods you're putting into your body and what those are doing to your body. And being able to manipulate macros instead of just calories really shows like what your body reacts to, because some people react differently. Some people need a certain amount of protein if they eat more than their body bloats, or some people need more fats than they need carbs, and it's everybody's body is different. So you need to track what you're eating to first find out how much you're eating, and then go from there. Say you track for a month and on average you're eating like 200 carbs, 100 grams of protein, and like 75 grams of fat. Then maybe try to go, oh, I'm gonna add 10 to 20 more grams of protein a day and see how my body reacts to that. Or I'm gonna take away this much fat each day and see how my body reacts to that. And you can like play with your macros from there. So people ask me like, what should my macros be, or all that. I can't give those macros to you. I just can't, and I don't feel comfortable with it because it's your health. But I think a good way to go about macros, track for a month, manipulate it from there, and try to keep going from there. Do not restrict yourself a million bajillion times. A lot of people think when you want to lose weight or you want to get healthy that you have to cut your calories down. Actually, I'm just gonna rant for a quick second. I don't even care if this is long. I saw today on Pinterest, I was looking at cookies because why not? And I saw somebody's like board and it was like marked diet. And one of the pins was 7-day, 1200 calorie diet. I wanted to message that person and say, please do not do this. Unless you are in competition prep or have this from a doctor, you should not be eating 1200 calories a day. That is ridiculous. Your body cannot strive off of that. You cannot be functioning and living your life off of 1200 calories. I was eating 1200 calories in the depths of prep. So like 2 weeks ago, and I was dying. I was not a pleasant person to be around. I did not have energy to do anything. I was struggling with school. Do not eat only 1,200 calories a day. Do not. Don't do it. If you're doing this right now, please, please don't do it anymore. You need food. Food is fuel and food is enjoyable. So please eat more than 1,200 calories a day. Please. That being said, look at this dude. Gus, is it your birth month? Do you turn 1 in a few days? Do you turn 1? What's up, guys? Today's Wednesday. I'm going to post this tomorrow night after check-ins with Nick, and I'm going to the gym right now. It is like 7 or 8, sometime around there. I'm going to go hit legs. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have not been to the gym since Wednesday of last week. Wednesday was the last training day. Thursday was rest. Friday was rest and getting my tan. Saturday was my show, obviously. Sunday was rest because Connor was here and just my body needed it. Saturday was a really long day. Monday I was planning to get back into it, but Connor was still here, and because he lives 8 hours away, I don't get a lot of time with him. So I did not want to spend the time that he was here with me in Lexington to go to the gym. So then yesterday I was gonna go, but I was tired and honestly did not want to. Today I want to, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try and record some. I'm not doing a ton today since I haven't been in the gym and I've been lost a little bit of strength because of prep, but I'm gonna go hit legs. I just really want to destroy my legs for some reason. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. But what I want to do is I really want to do squats. I really want to do lunges, and I really want to do, what other thing? Glute kickbacks. So I'm gonna go do those. If I film, I film, and if I don't, I don't. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. I emailed Nick. My check-ins were on Thursday. Today is Friday. And I didn't post this video last night because he didn't get back to me till later in the day. And I was really busy. I had class. I had to write 3 papers. I had an exam today. School. So I checked in with him. I told him where I was. So I'll tell you guys where I am. My lowest weigh-in was 121, 120. And I walked on stage around 125. I weighed in yesterday and today at 128, so I'm 3 pounds above my stage weight, and it's not something to freak out about. Every competitor, you're not gonna stay stage lean. It's fine, I'm fine with it. Someone the other day gave me a compliment and said that I was starting to fill out, but it was like in a good way, and I loved it because getting to the end of prep, I was starting to look not like myself. I was starting to feel not like myself, and just I was ghostly, basically. So you see this nice competition tan is staying on. I love it. I'm gonna start getting spray tans or self-tanning. If you self-tan, let me know how. My hands are still kind of gross. I need structure. I need it, I need it, I need it. If I don't, then I kind of lie about what I've eaten to myself, or I'll be like, oh, that wasn't a full serving, when I know full well it was probably over a full serving. So I personally needed to get back to macros, and I did on Tuesday. My macros, I think I already mentioned it, are, I'm cooking eggs right now. My macros, I have 100 carbs and 50 fat and 150 protein, and I'm reverse dieting. So a lot of my friends and people are saying like, oh, now you can go out. Yes and no. I do want to become more social because at the end of prep and during prep, I was not social, and it took a toll on me. It took a toll on my friendships, and I don't want that. I want to be able to spend more time with people, but my goals haven't stopped. I wasn't just going to compete once and stop. Now, if I hated it, I would have stopped, but I still have made a lifestyle change to fitness, and I want to stick with it. So Nick said the next 8 to 12 weeks are very important in reverse dieting. Now, what is reverse dieting? It can be kind of confusing, but when you're in a deficit, then you need to reverse diet out of it. That's why a lot of diets don't work. And that's why I love IFYM and counting macros, is because it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. You can do it even when you're not in a deficit. You can do it in a surplus. And it's the best way to see exactly what you're eating. So you reverse diet back up. If I went right back to maintenance calories or maintenance macros, then I would have put on a lot of fat. Our goal is to put on muscle. I need a better muscle base. The judges said I need a better muscle base. I just need more muscle. I haven't been consciously lifting for that long. I've lifted since I was in high school, but I haven't been hardcore on my game for that long. So it made sense that I didn't have as much of a muscle base. So I need to grow my muscle base, but the way that I'm gonna be better next time I step on stage is staying leaner in my off season. I'm not gonna stay stage lean, but I need to stay leaner so I don't have to lose 20 pounds again. I lost 20 pounds this prep. Next prep, I only want to have to lose about 10 because, to be honest with you, losing 20 pounds is hard. So we're gonna stay leaner in my off season, and how we're gonna put off that fat is reverse dieting back up. So when you diet and then you diet for how many weeks and then you go back to your normal eating, you're gonna put on fat, and putting on fat is fine. I've already put on fat, but you want to keep that to a minimum, and that's why reverse dieting comes into play. And with reverse dieting, I can get up to a lot of carbs and macros and be happy. So what Nick said is we need more muscle everywhere, and we'd like to see my backside leaner. I'll throw up some stage shots right here. I didn't like how I looked at prejudging, and these are shots from prejudging. So I know I'm being hard on myself and all of that, but it's not my best look. I will also put up the pictures that I liked the most. And then, so my backside leaner, and that's gonna require consistency and hard ass work on your end. So he said we need open communication, and the first line of his email goes, if there's one thing I can assure you, it's that all forward progress starts first and foremost in your mind, in your mental outlook and ability to be objective and realistic. Stay driven, stay fixed on that goal, and keep a positive outlook, and we will continue to bring a better you. I'm gonna give you 100% as long as you continue to do the same. And then he says, keep focused on this 8 to 12 weeks post-show, especially hunger will probably be high and your body might feel a little off. However, I assure you that you can keep focused. If you can keep focused, you will truly reap the rewards in regards to body composition, metabolic flexibility, and being in an optimal place for your next prep. So that's the goal. Once I fix these eggs. So yes, I can be more flexible, but he said another line that I really liked. He said, you have strong goals now. A glass of red wine every couple of nights, A-okay. Casual drinking with a handful of drinks every week/day, not. The larger your goals, the more dialed in you need to be. And that last line like hit me like a rocket. So I do, friends, if you're watching this, I do want to hang out with you more. I do want to be more flexible, but my goals right now are to bring a better body and a better everything to my next prep. And that's probably going to be in a year to 18 months. But it's what happens in the off season that's going to determine how I look next prep and my body composition. So I still have goals. I still have things that I need to hit, and we're going to start incorporating cheat meals later on. Right now, I need to stay strict. I need to stay on top of my game. I will talk about alcohol real quick because I'm 21 now. Got myself a box of wine because I'm classy. I love wine and margaritas. Love tequila. So how you track alcohol, people ask about alcohol. I'm gonna put the article below. It's from IFIM, but basically in a short version, you can take from your carbs and fats, but you can't take from your protein. So depending on how much you have. Right now, I only have 100 carbs, so I'm not gonna take from my carbs. So 5 ounces of wine, this wine is 105 calories. So what I can do with that is I took 2 grams of carbs away. So carbs are 4 calories per gram and fats are 9 calories per gram. And alcohol is 7 calories per gram. So it is the 4th macronutrient, but it doesn't give your body any nutrients. So your macros, you have carbs, proteins, fats. Alcohol is the 4th one. It's just really not talked about. So took away 2 grams of protein, so that's 105 minus 8. Then I took that number, divided it by 9. It was about 11. I rounded up because probably gonna round up when I measure this out. So I put in my Fitness Pal as Sue's wine, and it's 11 grams of fat and 2 grams of carbs, and it's 105 calories, and I can plug that in. And if my fats get lowered and my carbs get higher, I can change that and put it in. So I can track my wine, track my alcohol, keep on rolling. Cheat meals will be soon, and yes, I think that's it. My next video is gonna be about what I wish I knew before I prepped, or just kind of things about prep, because a lot of people have been asking me. I posted on my Instagram that I was gonna do this, but if you have a specific question, I have a long list of things I wanna talk about. If you have a specific question, leave it in the comments below and I will answer it. I'm gonna film that video this next week. So I'm gonna edit this and cuddle up with movies and Gus, because it was Gus's birthday yesterday. Do you know any other dog who lays like this?